everyone, it's Clint Salter, your host for Dance Teachers Unite for 2015, and I'm excited. I'm always excited, but I'm very excited today to be bringing you a fantastic guest. Now, as studio owners, I know that you're always looking for ways to stand out. How do you differentiate yourself from the studio that's up the road, down the corridor, above you? Well, I've got someone that is going to help you do that today and do it through media exposure. She's the guru when it comes to how to get media exposure for your studio. So I'd love to welcome our guest today, Susan Harrow. Hi, Susan. How are you?
Hi, so nice to be here. It's so funny that you called me a guru. I would never call myself a guru, and I hope no one would call themselves a guru or a master, because you want other people to call you that, but you never want to say that yourself. Like if somebody says, oh, I'm enlightened, then I don't believe they are, right?
I love that. Well, that's a first great tip before we've even started.
Yeah. You can give yourself a moniker, because a lot of people like that. Like one of my clients who does mesotherapy, which is it's a natural way to enhance your beautiful self. So it's little tiny pinpricks of homeopathy, vitamins, and minerals underneath the skin. So he calls himself, or we named him, the top or the foremost expert in mesotherapy in the United States, because he brought it over from France, right? Mm-hmm. So you can say, I'm the top this or I'm the top that, if you are, or nationally recognized, or some other something that's really shows that you're unique in your industry. Like, who was the actor that I heard say, I'm the only one who shot Robert De Niro dead? And the interviewer said, but he's been shot before. He said, yes, but not shot dead. And that was in the actor's bio.
Wow, I love that. I think that's a fantastic example. Now, before we jump in, Susan, can you let our studio owners know in 60 seconds a little bit about what you do, and also what's your big mission in the world?
Yeah, so I can sum up that in a sentence, which is speak your mind, stand your ground, sing your song. So I would say I have sort of two missions. One is that everyone speak their truth. And what I mean by that is not that you tell all, but that you tell the most important things in the appropriate way to the appropriate person, meaning that you really select what is very specifically of interest to your audience only. And that's the only thing that you say in all circumstances. So what I would call my big vision, and I'm not sure if you're asking about this because you read it in my bio, the wild bio part, but my big vision is to bring communication skills and Aikido to schools all over the world, because I love that combination. Aikido is a Japanese martial art of love and harmony, but it's still very Budo. It's still very martial, as we say. So that's in Aikido, you move always, you never go against the person's energy. You always move in the flow of that person's energy, and you move that person with their energy, and you use their energy to throw them. It's the same in media. When you're having an interview, you never try to block the person or try to change them, because the only person you can change yourself is you go with the flow and you redirect the energy. So in Aikido, for example, you're not just going in that same person's direction. You're using their energy and then moving them into the direction that you want. It's the exact same thing in media. So I want to bring communication skills, meaning people being able to speak and facially, body, speak their mind in a way that is true to themselves in any circumstance. So everybody can speak up for themselves. And then the body part of that is learning the Aikido, which is also how to get along with people. And I think if we could do that, that we actually could really have not peace in the world, because I don't really think we can ever have peace because of our human nature. I mean, this is something I've been thinking a lot about lately. It's like, I'd love to say, oh, I want peace in the world, but I just don't think it's realistic seeing little boys. I'm sorry, growing up and seeing them at like age 3, like kicking trees and beating each other. I just think it's in our nature to want to dominate each other, or, all of these other things. So I think that's unrealistic to say peace in the world, but I think we can live more harmoniously if we speak what's true for ourselves and act in such a way that it's in sync with everything you do, say, are, and think is in alignment, and then you move through the world that way. So I would say that's my big vision.
I love that. And I love the synergies there between those two things that can often seem so separate. Like I mentioned in the intro, a lot of our dance studio owners, when it comes to getting media exposure, they get a bit stuck. They're like, okay, so I'd love to get a story placed in a local newspaper or an online resource, or I'd love to be on our local radio station or local television network. I mean, what are some of those mistakes that you see being made up front for people that want to get some type of media exposure?
Yeah, I think there are three biggest mistakes. Number one is talking all about yourself. Because the media is all about an angle and what's good for their audience. That would be number one. Number two would be to send out a press release before you're media trained or before you've actually practiced your sound bites. So people typically do things back-asswards. They get so excited, they send something to the media, and then they have their OSH, moment when the media calls. Now what am I going to say? And then they miss their opportunity for getting an interview and actually saying something that's meaningful to the audience. And then number three, they don't think about what actually result they want from that media interview, because that's where the sound bites follow. What you say and how you do and how you position yourself in a TV segment or a radio show or in print or on the internet is designed to grow your business in the direction you want. So if you want people to come into your dance studio and take your classes, because that's what people want, right?
Yeah, they do.